Alright, welcome aboard to stream number 13 of Let's Play Geometry Dash Sakupen Hell. So, where are we at right now? Let's elaborate on this first things first. So, let me just say, first of all, is that in 2 days I will be going on a vacation, as I've described to you guys earlier on yesterday's live stream while playing the level. And as a matter of fact, I am going to be on a vacation for over 3 weeks, because lately I've been like saying it to you or describing it to you in more ways than one, but I am currently studying engineering. I've probably said this for like the 50th time up until this point. But like the entire 2 semesters up until this point, alongside everything else outside of the online platform, has really, and I do mean really, wore me down a bit, physically speaking. And so because I'm not a robot, obviously, I'm also a human, even though I haven't shown you guys how I even look like, which is something that I won't be doing for quite some time, if I'm being honest. I am also a human who wants to have a little bit of rest with his family, with his like friends, with probably everyone I can think of at this point of time. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it a bit. In fact, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it at all. There won't be like any activity within this channel, but only for 3 weeks. Once those 3 weeks are done, then I'll obviously like note it down in one of the like community posts within the channel, or through the initiation of another live stream that I'm back, that I'm into a more relatively regular live streaming schedule the way that I'm doing it. I'll be with some exceptions, because I can't be live streaming every day considering everything else that I have to be doing outside of basically doing YouTube as a hobby, and in particular playing this game as a hobby, because that's not my part of, okay, well, it is kind of a part of my daily life, but it's not like the entire daily life. It's not like, I don't know, it's not like the way Eric Van Wilderman or Vortex or everybody else just does it, the way that Doggy, for example, does it with his Grief live streams, albeit with more inactivity here and there in recent time. But he obviously like described it earlier on in some interview that, you know, he's not like playing Grief every day just for a reason, just to pay his rent or whatever. I mean, that's honestly a dumb claim, because I think it obviously started as a joke from some of the community members here and there, but that's beside the point. So, what I'm going to be doing for today and for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be my math exam in college early in the morning, and I have to pack up some of my stuff that I'm going to be taking on throughout my travel, because like I said, I am traveling to another country. I am actually flying like over 2,000 kilometers. Some Americans are going to be saying, what the heck is a kilometer? It's in miles. I don't know. I'm too lazy to even calculate this anyway. So basically I'm going to be traveling a whole lot of distance while flying. And so I would need to finish up packing for my destination, which is going to be very early in the morning on Tuesday. And then afterwards, I'm just going to be enjoying my vacation, trying to do everything else within live, because I do have a live. And I want to come back playing this game and playing the levels that I've planned on doing on my own terms. Because as I've said like multiple times, I don't want viewers, I don't want you guys to boss me around and tell me what I should be playing. Alright? Everybody has their own decisions. Right? Like, anybody can decide what type of level they want to play next. Or say, for example, what extreme they might go on for. Except if you're a total beginner, decide to jump from Deadlock to Bloodbath or Deadlock to Tidal Wave for some reason. I mean, it's kind of a joke, but like, why? Anyway, point is, I want to do things on my own terms. Because YouTube is not my entire life. Heck, YouTube's not even part of any kind of revenue, as a matter of fact. Especially with recent changes from YouTube's like own policy when it comes to handling the smaller channels or whatnot. That's not what I want to do. At least not in terms of like wasting my entire days 24/7 trying to do something for YouTube where barely anybody is going to be tuning in, is going to be looking at my channel, and it's going to be there like for a prolonged time, just looking at my content, watching me do some random stuff that everybody else in their like average lives wouldn't even bother just looking at for some reason. They might even look at my gameplay and think, meh, that's not for me, which I'm honestly okay with, because all of this is basically me deciding on what to do. Obviously, I'm not here to try and please some random viewers who tell me to react to videos X, Y, or Z, or play some levels that X, Y, or Z even created for one reason or another. Nah, that's not for me. Alright? So, everything else that I do, I basically do it on my own terms. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. Whoever wants to join in and see what I'm doing, you're welcome to do so, obviously. But in any case, where you're basically saying you please react to this or play to that, just get out. Okay? If you don't want to watch what I'm doing on my own terms, and if you're basically staying in just because you're expecting me to play some random levels that you come up with, please just don't do that. Okay? Whatever it's on the title or even the description of this live stream or any of the recordings that I do and upload onto YouTube, it's what's going to be in here this entire time. Right? I may be doing breaks. I may stop for a while just to calm myself down, just to relax with the neural exhaustion, whatever. That is it. Everything else is what I basically wanted to do. Right? Okay. So. Anyway. By the way, if anyone is wondering why exactly it says 59% of my level progress, but I still write down like 60% times 2 on the title of the live streams, that's because yesterday I actually got 2 very incredible runs, relatively speaking anyway, both consisting of 59.99 of 100% and 59.95%. Now, of course, I did ask some of the members within the Discord servers if they still both count as 59% and not count towards a 60% progression within the level, and one of them actually agreed, as a matter of fact, that it counts more towards 59%. But I thought, you know what, 59% or 60% within this level just don't make any difference, I would say. I think it's more like showing some, I don't know, some ego, some naivety, I don't know, really, in all honesty. I just didn't do it for fun, basically. So, if anyone tunes in, if anyone sees the progression and thinks if I'm cheating or not, no, I just do it because funny, you know? Okay. Alright, I'll stop talking. Oop, never mind. My headphones actually hit the spacebar. Brilliant. So, what's the idea for today in general? I've obviously came to actually no, let me start this again. I've come to the realization that there's a very unlikely chance that will be able to beat this level in the upcoming 2 days. Which I thought, you know what, fair enough. My own point was basically seeing how far I can go within this level, I wasn't really expecting, as a matter of fact, to get to such an insane progression, relatively speaking anyway. Within this level for the past like 2 weeks, keep in mind, right? Bloodbath took me 2 entire months to actually beat and complete it at 100%. And that's without counting some of the breaks that I had to take. Just because I was starting to get very annoyed, very frustrated, very infuriated with the level. At one point, I was seriously on the verge of a mental breakdown because I died at 92%. 92%! Like, bro, that's the part where you basically misclick on the do part and actually forget to jump with the smaller cube. How do you do that? Like, how? I mean, granted, there are some occasions where some certain players who are like at a relatively skilled limit at the point where I am currently at, where they basically die like multiple times at 93%. Anyone who knows Tartak's girlfriend Michelle, they would really know and would have seen like how she actually died at 93%. Like, not once, not twice, but actually 3 times. That is just astonishing, really. That is just an incredibly rare occurrence to see. Even rarer, I would say, than the time I got at 95% in Ice Carbon Diablo X 9 separate times. And I've actually recorded each and every single one of these instances. Heck, I even uploaded it as a shorts within this YouTube channel, and for some reason it just blew. Like, it blew twice. The completion shorts that I uploaded afterwards had over 7.5 thousand views, which you would think that's not too much, but look at the rest of the content that I have uploaded within this channel. Compare the results there. Compare the performances. How? I don't know, really. I think what I and Michelle actually achieved in our own, like, separate turns is, for some reason, something very, very rarely occurring within the Geometry Dash community, especially in recent times. Like, how often do you see someone die as often as over 9 times right at the end of a like historic Geometry Dash level, the way that Ice Carbon Diablo X in its own terms has become a historic level within the entire community? What? Okay. So, I also realized that while I was actually chatting this entire time, I got a run of 0 to 26%, which, granted, it's not great per se, but it's still a decent one, I would say. I might also put on some music a bit later within the live stream, the way I did it yesterday. I don't think I'm going to be live streaming as much as today because I want to go to bed a bit earlier so that I will be able to feel relatively like fresh for my exam tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to be back in for the vacation that I'll be like having for the next 3 weeks. I'm not sure if tomorrow I'm going to be live streaming at all, but I feel like if I do it, it's going to be one relatively late in the evening, and it's going to be like, I would say, an hour or 2 or something like that. Anyway, so that's my plan, because anyone who noticed the clock on the top left corner of the screen will realize that I'm actually doing the live stream a bit later than usual, and that's for good reasons. Reasons which I already described. Anyway, so my plan is to see where, like, how much I will progress within the level for the next, like, 2.5 hours, or even 3 hours. So basically speaking, I'll see what I can do. Also, can I do the triple click? That would be very nice. Speaking of nice, and has anyone noticed the attempt count just now? No? Okay. Whatever. Whatever. Man. Yeah, I've already experienced enough how much grinding Sakupen really needs in order to get some actual progression. Also, I don't know why I keep calling it progression and not progress. I mean, it's too... like, it's the same thing, except worded differently in two instances. Perhaps it's the, like, whatever that they call it, the nerd effect, where whenever I'm talking basic stuff, I try to use, like, very complex terminology for some reason, just to show how much intelligence I actually possess within this tiny little heads of mine. Except for the fact that for some reason I just cannot speak at all. Like I tend to like stumble within some words here and there for some reason. I'm not sure as to why. Okay. Man. Hang on, I'm gonna put on the lights. Put on the lights. No, turn on the office light. Never mind, you get the idea. Oh hey, it's Vortrax's favorite number. Never mind. That didn't bring me luck, obviously. Why would it? Man. Anyone who was wondering, by the way, why I decided to put on some music yesterday, it's because of the fact that each and every single time that I die in like 5 seconds within this level, it just becomes so boring listening to the same part of Sakupen yes, or Iron God, as some refer to this song in this particular manner, and to listen to this specific part every 5 seconds that I actually die for no reason. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna put on some energy and actually put on some tunes to listen to. Like, not just for me, you know, but also for the rare occurrence that someone actually decides to join in throughout the live stream and to not feel as bored as I do. Because being bored and actually doing something while sleepwalking into every single activity does nothing. I mean, obviously it doesn't. Okay. I don't know how I managed to get 26% while talking nonsense. But I guess it's just what happens. I still find it funny, by the way, how yesterday, while listening to that one rap that goes something religion and politics, where I actually got that crazy run of 59.99% run. I mean, to be fair, with the 2.1 percentage, it would have said 60%. I don't know why I didn't even toggle that on. But I decided, you know what, funny, you know? I'm not sure if I will be putting on some highlights of the live streams that I will be doing within this channel or within YouTube in general. But if I do, I will definitely include that one clip. I will include it. I mean, heck, some YouTubers include highlights of their live streams completing certain extreme demons. So why wouldn't I do that, you know? Damn it. Again. Yeah, I've completely underestimated the second half of the first wave. I know I've said like, multiple times how it's the easiest part. Apparently not. Despite the fact that you have a wider gap to go through, the cliff pattern is still awkward enough for you to die at the most random places for some reason. Which I thought, fair enough, you know? I mean, I know I've said how unbalanced this entire level is, and it still is, as a matter of fact. I think that there's nothing that they can even change this, except if someone decides to look at the level and decide, you know what, I'm making my own version, which is a lot more balanced, hopefully. But in any case, this is still very unbalanced. Someone in the chats that one day said that some of the parts within the level feel like 8-star gameplay, but the rest are like legitimate difficult. Case in point, that third click, the gap, it's just so astronomically tight that you would be excused of thinking that it's a frame perfect, which I think it is. At least it's 60 frames per second. But the gap is just horrendous. Like, everything else is fine, but that third click, it's pure garbage. And I've also bitched about the second click right at the end of the first wave, because I feel like, depending on how you align yourself with the first input, in 9 out of 10 cases, that second click just becomes frame perfect for no reason. Like, the first input is okay. Second and third, they become horrendous. Except for the fact that if you switch gravity at a specific point and decide to go through the usual click pattern where you click almost as directly while going through the port, so you still clip that slope at the ceiling for no reason. I don't understand why or even how. There's also this click for some reason. I've said it multiple times, is that you have to almost like buffer the two blue orbs, except for the fact that once you jump directly afterwards, sometimes you just clip the upper spikes and then you die for no reason. Like I've said it hundreds of times, you die almost randomly within every section of this level, and in 19%, this click is absolute dog shit. Like, why? Also, that first minute wave is so random. I'm not sure at what anglement you should actually jump, or at what time while you hit this platform right over there. I don't. Because no matter what I do, it just never gets consistent. It never does. Sometimes it does, but in most cases it's just absolutely pathetic. And as I said again, buffer the two orbs, jump directly afterwards, you still die. The problem is, if you jump just a bit earlier, you won't be able to hit the output just at the time before hitting the bottom spikes. Because for some reason, if you do end up jumping a tiny bit later, you also die. What is this level, honestly? I need to shut up and just focus, because I've noticed how I spend like 180 attempts thank you, game. And the only progress I've made so far is lying at 26% 2 times. To be fair though, the real progress within the particular session of the game for the day starts arriving at like 300 or even 400 attempts, just because of how grindy this entire level really is. Like, you don't see real progress unless you've put in tens of thousands of attempts, and even if you do end up seeing progress, it's still going to be relatively minuscule because of how front-loaded this entire level really is. Like, the entire difficulty consists of the first 60% up until the point where you transform into the mini ship for going into the dual spam. After that, the level becomes relatively easy up until the point you get to the third wave. If you are lucky enough and somehow get through the third wave, you've basically completed the level. It's basically GG, because in all honesty, the straight fly at the end, it's almost unbearably easy, unless you get extremely nervous and somehow misclicks somewhere in the midsection of that last part. But like I said, go through the mini ship, go through the spam. It's very easy, it's very consistent, it's very boring as a matter of fact. Somehow get through the third wave, you're basically there. Like, that's it. That's the entire level. 60% of it, it's pure absolute garbage. 30% of that, it's whatever. And the last 10%, or 12% as a matter of fact, it's absolutely free. Like, you can't make of this, really. That's what the level is. Yo, what's up? That's the entire, like, diagnosis that I can make of this level. If anyone is asking me if I recommend this level, the answer is straight up no. Just like Aftermath, I never recommend this level, like, ever. I might be the only one here, but I wanted to try. Yeah, it's okay. Can you do a level request? Nope. I've given my points on the description of this livestream why I don't want to do, like, level requests. Not because I think that every one of them, that every creator makes of them is bad or anything. I've already said it multiple times, I encourage creators to actually create levels, but I'm not that specific player, as a matter of fact, that just promotes some random users or create specific levels. Like, I don't do self-promotion the way that some smaller members of the Geometry Dash community might do. Because if I did, I would have already shown it either on the title or basically said it on the description of the live stream. I didn't see it, but thanks anyway. Don't worry. I know that a lot of people that don't usually look at the description of a particular stream that they basically join in for some reason, even though the most important information and rules are already there. Say, for example, you tune into one of those live streams that Sticky makes while trying to beat Bloodlust. I've seen him, like, put on the description the 3 most important rules, and one of them actually just blatantly describes that he would rather not do self-promotion when it comes to doing level requests within Geometry Dash. So yeah, I basically do what other Geometry Dash players do, and it's that they focus on the main level without wanting to get interrupted by showcasing another one. The level I'm requesting has a good deco and has a good gameplay. Do you really not want to? I've already stated my points. If I wanted to see the level, then I would just do it off camera and whenever I want to. Because the type of content that I'm showcasing here on YouTube is one that I prefer to do on my own terms. Especially when considering the fact that I'm like, I want to prove my legitimacy as a, like, above average term player of this entire game, and not to be, like, accused all the time that I'm actual cheater or whatever. So yeah, if I do prefer seeing or playing a particular level, then I prefer to do it off camera, because otherwise it will just count as some type of self-promotion from the other end of the spectrum. Because I don't want people just joining into the live stream and seeing that I do something else that has nothing to do with the title or even the description for all that matters. They're basically clicking away. Like, that is just it. What's the current hardest? It's blob off. I'm not sure if I should even put in the title or even the description what my current hardest is while trying to go for a particular extreme demon. Basically for the reason that I don't see anybody else just do that. Because I feel like once some particular audience just focuses on a YouTuber's own progress within a game, then they'll basically understand what some particular players' hardest completed levels are. Especially when it comes to Geometry Dash. I don't think anyone thinks like that. I don't know, it kind of depends. It kind of depends on the type of player and the experience that they get through a specific level. Because I'll be honest, in today's day and age, if you don't have like audible clicks within the level that you have basically completed, Extreme Demon or likewise, then you basically are like targeted immediately as some form of cheater. Despite the fact that you have beaten the level legitimacy, you haven't done anything, you even have the raw footage, but if there's no audible clips, then, well, you're shit out of luck. That's all I'm saying. Which even sucks for me. Right? Because say, for example, I wanted to submit a record of mine that I consider to be my proudest one. Case in point, actually beating Blob off for all of this time. And you want to submit this in somewhere in the demon lists. And the old moderators there, like, no offense, they go through the provided rules. Like, sure, I get it. But they just basically go through the footage. You also showcase them the entire raw footage, basically just to show that you haven't cheated in any way or form. And they basically go, well, there are no clicks, there are no sounds, except, say, for example, that the songs that we hear in the background while actually playing this level. So this counts really as illegitimate. And it just sucks, really. It depends when you stream TikToks dumbasses, for example. I don't know. I don't know, kids. Twitch, that probably. Honestly, there are still some people that use Twitch. Twitch, surprisingly, despite its numerous controversies, still holds up as a major platform for all of the creators that want to stream on particular games. Say, for example, League of Legends, Rocket League, Valorant. What else is there? Fortnite for some reason. Even though Fortnite is, it's mediocre, I would say. I mean, probably not mediocre, it just doesn't hold the same hype it used to all these years ago. Which is crazy considering the fact that Fortnite actually came out in, like, what? 2018, 2019, and we are, like, in 2026. Which is wild. Some of the kids that played Fortnite back then are basically adults. I mean, in all technicality, I'm also an adult. I'm like 21, as a matter of fact. And if we are talking about back in 2019, then mathematically speaking, I was still a teenager. A dumbass 13-year-old teenager who basically didn't know how to talk to any girls at all. Which sounds kind of weird and kind of sad, you know, honestly. I'm jumping from Skeletor Shenanigans top moments. 800 on all rated extreme demon list. Is shock point heavy with wave and shipguard. What? It's crazy the kids back then from Fortnite are adults now. That's what I'm saying. Holy shit, I hope the microphone didn't pick that one up. What the fuck? Oh, I hope that microphone didn't pick that one up. No, in all technicality, I'm also the one to talk because like I said, I was like 13, 14-ish when Fortnite first came out back in like, I don't know, 2019 maybe. I used to like munch back on the like relatively old school games of my own generation. Like, say for example, Marvel Spider-Man in 2018, where I just basically watched YouTubers constantly play this one out. Then, like I said, Fortnite in 2019. What was that one? Oh yeah, God of War. You know, where Kratos gets old, he gets a child, he teaches him how to be a god and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that was in 2018 or something like that, but I'm talking about these types of games that came out like 2017. Yeah, exactly, 2017. I'm talking about these types of games in between 2017 and 2019. I never played God of War because I never had that game, sadly. Unfortunately, me neither. The only time I ever played God of War was the one time on like New Year's Eve in 2019, where I was like with family members of mine, and one cousin of mine had like the PlayStation and had God of War to play, which is just insane. Also 32%, okay. That was the only time I ever played God of War. And I like remember I got through the first boss fight, and I didn't know where to go from then onwards. And I just remember we had to go home, and I was kind of sad for like a few hours that I didn't even get to see how much this game even had in store for the newcomers, for the ones that just started playing God of War like relatively recently. But yeah, like I said, those types of games in between 2017 and 2019, they're just like very nostalgic to me. I mean, actually very nostalgic to those who lived in the same era at the same age where I was back then. And 2017, as a matter of fact, was like a crazy year for Geometry Dash in general. Between the era of 2016-ish and 2018, I felt like that was the craziest one. Like, I wasn't as active as in right now when it comes to playing particular levels, but just looking at the verifications of levels like Sonic Wave, Yaragarazu, heck, even Bloodlust, as a matter of fact, that it's considered the one that Noboboy actually saved the entire community with. It's just wild times, honestly. Very wild times, holy. My worst nostalgic game that I ever played is Sinsanki Online. Used to be so popular in between 2013 and 2018. Honestly, I've never heard of that one, if I'm honest. It's also, now that I think about it, it's also really crazy how some like decade-old games like War of Tanks, as a matter of fact, I'm not sure when this game was even released to begin with, but anyways, how this was even sponsored numerous times in the last like even 2 years, as a matter of fact. Like, I remember just back then watching some weirdly famous YouTubers like Martin Pants. I'm not even joking, this is a famous YouTuber who has like, I don't know how many million of subscribers, I haven't really noticed up until this point, but he was actually sponsored by War of Tanks on numerous occasions. It was big, but it got ruined by greed. All games from the OG games got ruined by greed. Unfortunately, yes. All the games that we used to love got destroyed by greedy companies. Okay. You know what? I'm closing the game for a bit just to put on some tunes. Because I feel like I'm starting to sleepwalk into every single attempt. So... Okay. Thank God I turned off the sound so that you guys don't hear the advertisements. Alright. Back in action. Wait, let me actually... There. And let's do this. Man. Trust the process, guys. I know what I'm doing. I unintentionally got as far as like 59 or even 60% while listening to some of the video game songs that we all just love for some reason. I mean, I don't know why, but it's actually helped me not to sleepwalk into every single attempt while getting some like mediocre progress runs. I mean, heck, if Nebesta can do it, then so can I. I was gonna say copyright can suck my dick, but when copyright does suck dick, it's not good. I'm not saying it out of experience. Trust me, I just happen to know. Man, W song exactly. The entire soundtrack from Sonic Unleashed is just goated. The one on Rooftop Run at the day stage is just... it's so peak. Hang on. Again, I'm just closing it a bit just to basically... Hang on. I'm searching up for the Rooftop Run song because it's just so goated. I hope I don't get copyright strike, but hey, it's a live stream, who knows? Rooftop Run Extended. Because why not? We're listening to 30 minutes of the of that one Rooftop Run song from Sonic Unleashed because I want to, okay? I mean, it's only for 30 minutes. I'll get back into the usual tunes. But I just love listening to this song. Holy! Told ya! Oh, 43%, whatever. Whatever. You know, if I wasn't live streaming, I could have just pumped up the music up until I actually broke my ears off, but I want to preserve your guys' hearing. I might be a cuss. Nah, don't worry. I just suck at the second wave. In all honesty, the entrance of the second wave is just so inconsistent. Like the way you just do the double click, it's very awkward, very awkward. That further click is also a very, very annoying choke point, if I'm being honest. Man. So. Am I going for this level? Dude, do not. I would recommend going for a level like a Thanatos, for example, or even Blade of Justice. Both of these are at a difficulty that are a bit harder than Bloodbath, but are like 100 times more enjoyable than Sakupen Hell. Like, I know it doesn't look like it when I'm playing it, but trust me, the amount of practice that I had to do, speed hack or otherwise, just to learn, is it really that? It's garbage. Again, I know it doesn't look like it because I'm like decent at each of the wave sections within this level, but the first time you actually start practicing this entire level, oh my goodness, it's such an unbearable pain. It's so disastrous. Listen to people like Ziki who say that you should, like, never play this level. Even if you want to, just do not. Because it's incredibly grindy. I have 37 attempts, and the moment that I died so much, it's a choke point. I have, wait, let me count. 13,000 attempts on the original copy, and 29,000 attempts on the South Pass copy. I have posted like 42, no, not posted, I have registered well over 42,000 attempts within this level. And I'm still at like 60% within this entire level done. Which is like the entire front end difficulty of it, honestly. Yo, what's up? Your hardest is Bloodbath? Dude, Bloodbath is legendary, what are you talking about? That level is my proudest achievement within the game, like, ever. Did I struggle with it? Yes. Was I on the verge of a mental breakdown? Absolutely. Did I still love it? Fuck yeah, I did. Bloodbath is legendary. Sakupen Hell, it's garbage. Like, in general, Sakupen Hell and Phobos, for instance, they are both dog shit. Just do not play any of these few levels, please. Like, in all honesty, I haven't tried Phobos, but one word. Actually, no, 2 words. Vortex 92%. That's about it. And ironically speaking, Eric Van Wilterman also got 92% at Sakupen Hell. What the hell? Literally. Oh man. No, I'm not saying bad. I'm saying Sakupen must be really bad. You spend some like Sakupen Hell is just, it makes me want to barf. Like, it makes me want to puke on camera, and just get my video of me puking because of Sakupen Hell down because of it. Like, it's just so bad. I mean, in all honesty, I also spent like 49,000 attempts on Bloodbath, but that level is so much better than this one right here, in all honesty, in every single aspect of it. Like, holy. Vortex is weird. I feel like some of his, like, no, not some. Most of his expressions and reactions are overly exaggerated, but then again, I feel like the majority of his community like consists of underage children. So I feel like his overall idea of being a YouTuber is to basically entertain the kids, which, I mean, fair enough. I also grew up on YouTubers that were also very weird in their own sense. I'm talking about people like, say, for example, OG Markiplier or Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie before he retired, like, years later. Right? Like, these were also some YouTubers that were very weird on their own sense, but they also grew on me, if I'm being honest. Mostly because I was a kid who started watching YouTube back then. And basically these international, like, internationally famous YouTubers who weren't actually big of a thing where I can come from. So yeah. This content is kind of enjoyable, but it's kind of corny on streams and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, most of his reactions are very exaggerated and very weird. But like I said, the majority of the people who watch him are basically kids, so I feel like it's his own idea of entertaining them. Just for fun, I think. And to, of course, later on profit from them. With plushies, as a matter of fact. At least it's not gambling, or at least it's not like one of these fake scams with crypto, or whatever anyone can come up with. Anyway. Clip farming? Yeah. His era before his girlfriend used to be so funny, not gonna lie. Are we still talking about ball trucks or anybody else? I completely forgot what the main topic really was. Bro, I'm clip farming so hard, what the heck? Actually, I'm not even sure. Does anybody even know when Vorjox got engaged with his girlfriend? God damn it. No? Okay. That's fine. Okay. I thought so. Yeah, but by engaged, I mean basically in a relationship. I don't know what's like the proper term of saying it. I know how to say it in my own language, but it's a bit difficult for me to explain it in proper terms in English. Just because I'm not an English-speaking person. In case anyone has noticed, yeah, my accent is nowhere near English, Scottish, American, Aussie. I don't know. It's not. It's more like those traditional Eastern European accents that anybody just listens to whenever they refer to someone Russian. Just not referring to someone who is an evil Russian. I'm just saying to someone who is Russian in general, like those type of average Joes, you know. It felt British a little bit. I mean, true. You know, when I was into football like all these years ago, I used to support like an English, or I would say British football club, you know? Football as in the international one, not the ones that Americans refer to, because I'm from Europe. My first language is Bulgarian, which, in case anyone is confused, look at, or actually search into YouTube that one scene that Phineas and Ferb, like that one scene from Phineas and Ferb where Phineas just obsesses over Bulgarian folklore for some reason. I don't know what's the context behind it. I just think it's very funny because, you know, it refers to the Bulgarian, which I'm really into as a matter of fact. Because I'm also Bulgarian. I mean, your English is good. Yeah, I mean, English is that one language that I used to speak a whole lot of ever since 2nd grade. And I've recently had advanced classes in English alongside math, whatever I was doing in high school, which was like up until last year. And ever since then, English has been the main language that I basically use whenever I can comment onto something specific within online platforms. As of if I'm speaking English normally around here, no. And the reason why is because I currently live in Germany, which is like the second worst place that you could be at. I mean, no offense to anyone who is German and watches my content for some reason. I'm just saying that for the rest of the lot of you, don't ever come to Germany, please. It's terrible. Okay, maybe I'm saying this because it's out of bias, but anyone who is German and has lived there for like quite some time now will also back me up on my own statement. My whole class was glazing my English. I don't know if it's that good too. Honestly, I would say so. You're from Montenegro. You're kidding, right? Dead ass. Are we dead ass? Nah. Also, I haven't gotten really... I don't know what's going on. I feel like out of the last like 300 or even 400 attempts, I've gotten through the first wave only twice. I think if it's because of the fact that majority of the time I just talk and don't focus at all. Ah, there we go. Low key, lock it. That's exactly what I'm saying. I haven't locked in at all, and it's been like what, 50 minutes? Almost. Bro. Are we dead ass? Are we dead ass? Nearly. Lol. Oh, how? Not good. Okay, what? Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I think I'm pretty way for ship carried with my skill set being high CPS because I have 260%. 361,000 attempts in Cosmos. Are you kidding? What? You're a wave carried guy. I'm honestly ship carried. Wave is the one. It's the one game mode that I suck the most at. Also, I need to lock in. Holy. Heck. Bro. Dude. I don't think it's that impressive. Like what? Like, what do you mean? What's not impressive? Bro. I hate that like a 19%. It's so garbage. I would say even a delay when I do a double input. What? Bro. I hate that. How is every single click within this entire wave so diabolical? And there, of course, is the bush that just kills me within the game. Great. Great. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Okay, there's the delay again. I did a double input, yet it didn't even count. Come on. I hate it. That happens to me a lot, ghost clicks. I think that's what I call void clicks. And the annoying part is that, mechanically speaking, there are basically these types of inputs in between, like when you're mid-air, before you hit the platform, is that whenever you click there, and as you hit the platform and release, the output doesn't get registered at all. Like say for example you're at the ball, and you click while you're mid-air, but you release right at the moment that you hit the platform. You don't switch gravity for some reason. I can understand the technical output behind it, but it's just so very annoying because it's these types of levels that rely on very, very minuscule details, such as this one right over here. See ya. Okay, see ya. Hope you beat it this stream. I don't know. I was kind of hoping for a new best today, but I feel like my hopes are very low for today, or even for tomorrow. I don't know. I feel like I most likely will beat this whenever I come back from my vacation 3 weeks later. It happens a lot more than you think. Unfortunately, it does. I mean, again, I can understand that the technical output within it. Really, I can. But like I said, it's these types of levels where those very little details just make the biggest of difference when it comes to beating some of the game's hardest levels. Every few attempts I get one of it because of it. Same here. Bro. Why can I not do it? What's with the second click? Okay, can I? Bro. See? You have to click twice in very quick succession. The problem is, most of the times, you die either at the upper or the bottom pillar, the diagonal one. Which also means that this collect pattern is so very inconsistent. But it's like the most consistent one that anyone can come up with when getting through this specific part. This one has much wider gaps than the first half of the wave, yet I still die. Like, it's so annoying. And I'm also not going to be talking about this. The second wave is just by far the worst part. And it's because of that double import right at the entrance of it. Why would you even design it that way, noobus? There. The ship still sucks. I know I played this level before, I tried going for this, but it's so bad I couldn't. Dude, I can honestly understand it. If I'm being honest, I could have gone for Phobos and had a much better time than playing Sakupen Hell, but it's a wave carried level, and I wanted to do something where I can improve my wave skills within the game, so yeah. Oh man. And then, I don't know how people do that particular transition with only one input. I always need two. How do you guys do that with one input? I don't understand. The click button is genuinely not fun. Absolutely. Oh, genuinely so fun. Ah. I actually started playing Cosmos in public release a lot late. Ah, okay. For a second I thought you were talking about the click button within Sakupen Hell. Cosmos, I really know it as a prequel to Cosmos Unleashed. which I feel like still isn't verified to this day, despite the fact that it's considered to be a potential top 1, surpassing levels like, I don't know, Taking Space to Society, probably not Grief, I don't know. Although I'm not sure if the verification of Cosmos Unleashed is still going, or if the verifier decided to drop it for some reason, or if there's even some controversy surrounding it. I don't know. I'm just going off rumors, nothing. Cosmos public release is a layout. It is? Wait, let me. I'm only going to see if it's really a layout. I'm not going to play it. Cosmos by Cherry Team. What the hell is this? What, dude? How can you see? Wait, hang on. Oh, hell no. Hell no. He did get 69%. Nice. Cosmos public release. Oh, you made that one. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, I'm an idiot. What? Oh yeah. I'm not. Yeah. Okay. No. Nah. I see what you mean, but nah. I'm not gonna play it. That's. Yeah. I know it's that one. I know it's that one. Okay. All right. Actually, is the layout even a layout to the original, or what is it? Like, why is there an extreme demon that's called Cosmos, which is, I know for a fact is the original one, and there's one that says public release, even though it's a layout. Okay, you know what? Look, I love the Rooftop Run song from Sonic Unleashed, but it's just, I mean, it was ending anyway, so shut up. Anyway, okay, back to the original. Back to the original schedulement. Back to the original scheduling. All right, all right. I got the buck again! Are you kidding? Okay, let me show you guys what actually happened. Because unfortunately this occurs so many times. So, you go through the wave, you get to this point. Once you get a frame perfect, right over here, right at the edge of this pillar, no matter where exactly your input is, after you go through the fucking UFO portal, you always die for some reason. This is probably the most annoying garbage within this level. It's just so horrible. Jeez. Cosmos is inspired by Cosmos public release, and taking the drop but changing the pre-drop and the ending cube. It's also nerfed a lot. But Cosmos Unleashed and Cosmos have the exact same gameplay, but Cosmos Unleashed is harder, obviously. Oh, so you mean that Cosmos public release is basically the nerfed version of Cosmos Unleashed, or what? Oh, come on, that's so dumb! Sorry, I shouldn't be raging that much. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Well, if you heard it from them, everybody. Cosmos public release is a nerfed version of Cosmos Unleashed. The more you learn, apparently. It goes like this by difficulty. Ah, touché. This level is just so horrible. I swear to God. I got actually so far, but actually died to a bug within the level. Like, imagine the bug at 41% doesn't even exist. I would have gotten a new best right then and there. Like, the UFO is doable, ship can be a bit annoying, but the only, like, difficult part of that section per se is the one where you basically do the straight flying into the mini-ship portal. But, like, that's the point. It's if you get at that point. Because, unfortunately, for some reason, the ending of the second wave just has to be luck-based for no apparent reason. Like, no, seriously. Look at the last time that I got past the second wave and into the UFO portal and how I died there. If you get there at an exact frame perfect, you die afterwards. No matter where you do the input, no matter if your next input is as precise as it can be, you still die. Why? That could have been so easily fixed by Truster, and again, no offense to him, but there are just so many bugs within this level. Truster could have very easily just fixed it for some reason, yet he didn't. Why? Why? I don't understand this. It's not nerfing the level, it's fixing its overall gameplay. There's a major difference. I think the last wave is the hardest though. Maybe from zero? Unfortunately, I still haven't gotten there, but the second wave, the entrance towards it, it's so bad, it's so inconsistent. The level's just really fucking bad. Absolutely. I can understand the hate when people are trash talking Phobos, but if you're asking me to pick one between fucking Sakupen Hill and Phobos, I'm choosing Phobos. I don't care about Vortrox. Vortrox can suck an egg. Vortrox can suck an egg. I find Phobos a lot more consistent and very enjoyable compared to something like Sakupen Hill. I mean, okay, Phobos is not even enjoyable. Alright, I don't want to go that far. I'm just comparing the two levels and say that Phobos in itself is like miles ahead of Sakupen Hill. And that says a lot when it comes to how bad this level really is. Same any day of the week? Absolutely. Like, just imagine how shit and how garbage must you really be for people to say that they prefer Phobos over you the whole day, any day of the week. How bad must you be? It's so unbelievable. I just play for the 10 stars. I will just play for the Extreme Demon completion, nothing else. Like, as a matter of fact, I don't even know why I chose this level in particular. I just went, yeah, it's a wave can carry 2 levels, so maybe I can get better at it. Ha! You wish, you dumbass! I mean, honestly, if I wasn't live streaming this entire time, I would have just dropped this level and say, no, I'm not playing this anymore. But here I am, I'm just too deep in it now. Genuinely, Cosmos is more enjoyable. Cosmos is honestly underrated. It's except for the fact that I haven't really played it, or it feels like a lot more of an unknown level compared to the rest of the catalog within Geometry Dash in general. Because I don't know, I think Cosmos is at a similar difficulty to, say, for example, Sonic Wave, I think. Like, it's much harder than even my hardest, which is Bloodbath. I don't know. I don't know. The problem is I don't really know that much about Cosmos. Like I said, the only reason I know Cosmos is because I know that it has a sequel that's Cosmos Unleashed. Like, that's about it. My hardest since Niwa? I don't even know where Niwa even stands in the list. I don't even know if it's even an extreme demon or not. I guess not, I don't know. One of the easiest extremes? I don't think it's that one level that looks like an entire wave challenge, is it? Speaking of easy extremes, I reckon if I start like playing Precipitants after I'm done with the planned levels, I feel like I can beat it without any practice. Like just by watching the video of Zeronium beating it at 100% where he said he fluked at a 56%. I feel like that once I look at the click pattern of the level, then I'm just, you know, playing this on normal mode until I beat it eventually. So it is what it is. Man. The bush. The bush again, twice in a row. I think I could beat a top 800 and then top 900 very quickly. Dude, respect to those that can beat these types of levels where I currently sit after like tens of thousands of attempts. Because I've said it like 100 times, Bloodbath nearly took me over 50,000 attempts to even complete. There are people who beat this casually, whereas I sit there just grinding the shit out of this level. There are people who play this level on a daily basis, and I'm not just talking about the Zoinks, the Doggies, the Tricks, Cursed. Although I think Curse was considered a hacker at one point, but don't quote me on that. I'm just talking about these relatively decent players. Well, relatively is kind of like, it's kind of disrespectful, I would say. Niwa took me from 30,000 attempts from Poltergeist. Poltergeist, I feel like it's that one insane demon that just... This is kind of boring, but also somewhat enjoyable at the same time. I actually beat Poltergeist like a month ago or something like that, and it only took me around 2,500 attempts, something like that. Like the only difficult parts of this level are like the first 10% of the wave. Once you get past it, you just basically set on to get a new best, or even go as far as beat the level. Oh, come on. The wave at 28% is horrid. Yeah, like I said, the wave... at like the first 15% of it. That's the only bad part. The rest of the level then felt like a breeze to me, if I'm being honest. Like, sure, it's not that enjoyable, but I wouldn't, like, consider it as something that it's that bad, in my opinion. It's more like a meh. Kind of like a relatively above average level in terms of its overall gameplay. Or I don't know, I feel like that's because I'm saying it after I've played it with over 6 extreme demons completed, which I think there's a major difference between those that have no extreme demons and go for it, and those who have a sizable amount of extreme demons completed, with one of them being Bloodbath and the other two basically being the rest of the Apocalyptic trilogy, and then just decide to go on for this level just because. I don't know, some levels I decided to do just because I haven't completed them really, for no apparent reason. Just those 3 clicks to 28 and 29%, it's not really bad. Exactly. It's not really a bad level, it's just that it has some... that it has that one choke point in between 28 and 29% right at the beginning of the first wave. Though I feel like Andromeda just gave up decorating the level and its difficulty like at some point. Because I feel like if the last 40% of the level didn't consist of that take a break part and then the rest of the wave, which is so much easier than the first one, then I feel like it could have been a very memorable and very decent, insane demon 9 Circles level. Because the level is obviously ripped off 9 Circles, not like the rest of them, I would say. The way that it got consistent for me was basically to speed hack it in order to understand the click pattern, and then afterwards I just practiced a specific portion from that part up until the end of the level. Then I decided to go from 0 and just beat it on the same day, so that's just about it. Man. This click is just very horribly made. This one right here, it's so garbage. Bro. Why do I keep dying here? Bro. Okay, why am I so bad at this? What the heck? I gotta go, man. It's been fun talking to you, and I pray that you beat this abomination too. And hey, I hope so too. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope I'll see you again sometime soon, mate. Okay. Why am I so bad at this? I'm not die at the bush. Okay. See ya, bro. See ya. What the hell is this ghost click? Man, this is... Yo, thanks for subscribing, Lace. Welcome to the club. Okay, that's 50 to 100% for the 4th time, so it's still a run, I guess, but Hang on, let me change changes in the words from the description. Like, don't get me wrong, 50 to 100%, it's still like relatively decent, but it's not something that just makes your blood go very wild, I would say. Okay. So we got 50 to 100 like 4 times by now. I don't know how to feel about that one, if I'm being honest. Oh well. Bro, with the ghost clicks. this level. Yep, there it is again. I hate it. Of course I'm gonna die there. Wow. 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 Hmm. Yep. It was expected. Hmm. Dude. Brilliant! No. Oh, for fuck's sake! There it is again. No, 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 no. Why am I so bad at this? Brilliant. Brilliant. No. Stop it. What the fuck? God, it's so bad! Oh, for fuck's sake, every time! Lovely. Yep. I'm going absolutely nowhere with this. I'm going absolutely nowhere with this. Why do I continue dying at the easier parts? Mm-hmm. Árabe! No, 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 that was it! That was it! Bro, come on. I think the playlist just ended. Hang on. Man, that sucked. Like, that was it. I felt like that way I could have gotten a new best. Are you kidding me? No. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway. Okay, shut up. Man, that was it. That one was it. I felt it. Holy shit. Bro, I am seriously at my wit's end with this entire piece of shit. I am just so incredibly unlucky. Come on! Bro! The one click at 90% is the stupidest one! How the fuck? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. How do I get consistent at this triple click 20 minutes ago? And now I just cannot implement this entire consistency at all. What's going on? What the fuck? How do you get consistent at something 20 minutes ago and then just lose it all of a sudden? What? Why? Thank you. No, fuck you. Oh, you motherfucker! There are just so many choke points within this level, it's annoying! I feel like 85% of the inputs just never get registered for some reason. Dude, enough! Why can I not do it? Oh, this is so pathetic. Why do you die there? You've gotta be kidding me. I hate it! Ah. Can you not? How do you die like that? How? Oh, this is so stupid. Stop it with this stupid 19% click! Again? Why? Oh, for fuck's sake. Stop dying at the entrance. Oh my god! You're pissing me off. Come on, come on! This click button is so stupid. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it! No, no! Why must you always die at the easier parts? You random asshole! Of course. Of course I'm gonna die there. This is by far the stupidest click that you have to do. Look at it! Look at it! The second click doesn't want to be registered at all. No matter what I do. No matter what I do, it's just, it never works. I hate that. What the fuck? Oh, piss off! Piss off with everything that you throw at me! The second click never works. Oh my god, just painful. What the fuck is this? Bro, it feels like in the past 3 streams I've done nothing but brute force through the entire level, no matter what. And yet it still refuses to get me anywhere far. No matter how much I brute force through this bullshit. Because this entire level is so luck dependent that it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Oh, piss off with the delay! No. This triple click is by far the worst part. The worst part by a distance within this level. The worst part. How do you ever get any consistency out of it? You don't. Oh my god. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've died there 7 times in a row now. 8. Just get over that gap. This is bullshit. Stop dying at that bullshit! Pass that gap. Pass it. Pass it. I'm not stopping until I pass it, no matter where I get. Nope. 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 No. I clicked, and yet it still collided. Why? What the fuck? Stop! No, no, I can't. Dude, this is such bullshit, this entire level. Look chat, I'm gonna be real with you. I cannot even beat this before vacation. Right? I've done my best. I've done my best. It's a matter of fact how much of a big old dog shit this level really is, and how painfully luck-based it just has to be. Because I felt like, let me, hang on. Okay, there. Because I felt like I was so dreadfully unlucky every single attempt that I actually took. It's so bizarre. It's so painful. Why did I even choose this level of all levels? Like, imagine how bad you must be to actually make a level like Phobos look decent. That's how annoyingly bad this level really is, and it's not even funny. Like, oh my god. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today's live stream. Thank you guys so much for joining in for today. I feel sorry that I couldn't make any serious progress, because I felt like if I was lucky yesterday, if I was lucky today, I could have gotten maybe even to the last wave part of the level, but that's how it is. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow, which is where I'll be packing my stuff early on in the day, and where I'll be taking my exam in mathematics early in the morning. So maybe there's not going to be any new activities surrounding this level at all tomorrow. So in hindsight, I felt like today showed me how much I wouldn't be able to beat this before vacation, or at least get anywhere near closer to the end. So it is what it is. I tried my best. It's just the level is idiotically stupid. It's not even funny. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Big thanks to those who joined in for today, and I'll see you in the next one.